it's Rob. Welcome to Axel's Garage. We're out here today working on the Big Dummy's K5. The Big Dummy himself is behind the camera, and we are going to put in what they call side marker lights. Some people call them directionals, turn signals. There's a lot of different names, but the catalogs are calling them side markers. They go here, and what we did was we ordered the wrong set from LMC, and we got a set of custom side markers, which they're kind of neat looking, but they weren't what we were looking for. We were actually looking for the LED lights. These are neat in that they have an amber reflector and an amber bulb and a clear housing. It gives it a little different look. Not really what we were looking for, but we'll order the right set and then we'll make a video and we put the right set in. In the meantime, we're going to put these in. The only thing you got to do is figure out which one goes where. There's a right and a left. And how it looks is that the reflector is going to be on the leading edge. So that amber reflector is going to be on the leading edge. These are going to go in that way. So we're going to fish around in here, try to find our original light. And there it is, with the bulb that was broken off. We'll pull that out. We're going to take the bulb out of the original, of the pigtail that came with the new light, because we don't need to change the pigtail. Pigtail was good in this truck. If you were having a little bit of problems with your pigtail, now would be a good time to change it. Then we're going to plug this in. We're going to give it a quarter turn, and it's in place. These lights actually do come with the screws, so it's comes with 4 screws. So you grab the screws and a Phillips head screwdriver, and we'll zip them right in. All right, so we got the light in, 2 screws, right in, bulbs on, works perfect. All right, while we got an episode of Cops going on across the street, one problem, the Big Dummy just went and put the turn signal on and it's not blinking. And there's a reason why it's not blinking, because in a previous video, we put in full LED taillights. These are going to be LED also, because the resistance of the LEDs having very little resistance, the stock mechanical flashes aren't going to work. So you need to update to an electronic flasher or a solid state flasher. Now, what did come with the LED taillight kit are 2 of these flashers. Now, these flashers are electronic flashers. They're packaged as an LED flasher by United Pacific, but what they are is just a simple solid state 552 flasher, and there is an adapter and a ground leg. Now, it's packaged like this because in some applications you need this adapter. I'm not 100% sure why you would need this adapter. It really doesn't change. Does it change the angle? It really doesn't change anything on these contacts. And the ground leg, sometimes they say you need it, sometimes they say you don't. We don't know. We're going to figure it out. We're going to go behind the fuse panel. So we got both lights in. With the lights on, we're going to try the first flash. There's 2 flashes that will be in the fuse panel. One is for the hazards, one is for the turn signals, and we got a whole full-blown thing going on with the crazy hazard. 3 cops, 2 ambulances, nobody talking. On? Alright, so we got the fuse panel here under the dash. This one that's in the fuse panel should be for the directionals, and then there's one up here on the other side of the brake pedal. That one should be for your hazards. And I'm saying should be because it's been a long time since we did this. So you gotta... I can't see. There we go. Alright, so we're plugging that in with no ground, and we're going to take a look and see if we have anything as far as directionals go. We might as well do this one too while we're down here.
You can cut it out.
Okay. So we got both of them in. No ground. We did not connect that ground wire, so we're going to turn the ignition on, and we're going to put the directionals on and see what we got.
There we go. Now it's working. Now not anymore.
All right, so we tried the directionals and they didn't work. I grounded one of them just by touching it to ground, and it still didn't work. Grounded the other one by touching it to ground, still didn't work. What we wound up doing was grounding them both at the same time, and it worked. So we know we got to find a spot to ground this one, which there's already a ground. There's a little ground screw that isn't being used here. It looks like it was from something previously. So I'm just going to pull it out and we'll ground it right there. Robbie, you got your phone on you?
Yeah, well.
Can you give me some light?
What's that?
I don't know what you're shining on, but you're not shining on where I am. There you go. All right, so this one here for the four-way flasher, we looped around. There's a little screw holding this whole thing in place on this bracket, which is a decent ground. We're also using it for something else. I think that might go up to the radio or something. And then on the one in the fuse panel, all right on the emergency brake or the parking brake bracket, there was a screw there for an old ground that was being used. So what we did was loop it right there, and now we got two good grounds, and we should have decent lights. Let's go take a look. All right, let's go with the left directional. Off. Now put the headlights on. And left directional. Directional? Good. Make it the left, sorry. All right, off. Headlights on. Left directional. All right, so they look pretty good. We might leave them for a little while. Probably not. Probably next order from LMC that we have to order stuff, we'll add the all LED light fixtures to that order because we really wanted to go to all LED. I don't have any 194 style bulbs in amber. I only have them in white, so we couldn't put an LED bulb in there. We could do that as well if we didn't want the actual LED housing, but I think we're going to go with the LED housing because it's just a darker light and we're not going for this bright appearance on here like this gives out. But everything works. Needed those flashers. They're regular 552 flashers. I didn't use the little adapter thing. I really didn't even know. Maybe it could be for length, maybe, I don't know. But we took out the old standard 552 that's good for 2 to 6 lamps. These things, you tow a trailer even, and the wiring harness, a lot of times you got to upgrade to electronic flashes. Definitely the way to go. But a nice clean install. These lights from LMC, although they weren't the ones that we initially wanted, they really fit well. They're nice and flush up to the body. No issue with how it fits for an aftermarket light. Really starting to look good with the taillights in the rear that we did that previous video on. Those are also United, what is it? United Pacific on those taillights as well. But it's starting to come along. We're starting to get eaten up as the sun's going down. So we're going to finish up for today. That's all we got from Axel's Garage. If you like what we're doing here, if you got any comments about the lights we're using, if you got suggestions for different lights to use before we order these, drop them in the comments below. Let us know what you think. We read every comment. We try to respond to almost all of them. When we have time, we try to get all those comments responded to, but we do read every one, and we appreciate every like and every comment. It means a lot to the channel. And as always, thanks for watching.